Hello everyone, welcome to Filipino Time. We're here with our friend Jay, and today we're going to look at his Swiss collection. And two of these pieces you're going to want to see. The first one is a quaint piece that gives off a little sound or an alarm, and the other piece is from a gentleman very well known in the watch industry. Welcome back, Jay.
Thanks for having me again.
So this time, we're going to look at Jay's Swiss pieces. And the first piece we're going to look at, Jay, please do the honors.
Yeah, okay. These are actually Swiss and German. No?
Okay.
All right. So the first watch here, this is a JLC Memovox. So it's an alarm. It's got an alarm function. So I'll show you how it works.
Nice.
So let me just wind up the alarm here.
But they weren't allowed, they were not using the Gégère in the beginning, right, for this watch. It was just the Lecoute.
Okay, what I understand is I think for the US, it was just Lecoute.
Yeah.
And then for Europe, it was the whole JLC.
Yeah. So this one is
US.
Oh, this is a US.
It's just Lecoute.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much wound up already.
Okay.
So let's.
Do you use it at all? Do you actually use it?
The alarm? No, I don't. I don't. It's kind of jarring. So
okay.
You're gonna hear it.
Okay.
Okay. Here goes.
That's so cool. Watch geeks.
And if you're wearing it, you can feel the vibration.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, because if it's noisy.
Yeah. There's a little hammer in there. So gives about 20 seconds of cool.
So Ferds, if you're watching, our G-Shocks are actually Memovoxes.
Yeah. All right.
And the Goob.
All right. The second watch we have here, it's a Goob 28. Now, what's interesting about this Goob, after World War II, the East German government got all the Glasgow watchmakers together, and
so this is a military piece?
No, it's not military. Oh, okay. It's not military. They just got all those guys together, and threw them all together into one big company.
Okay.
But this is very interesting because what's inside here, the movement is actually a Lange movement.
Okay.
So this was the only Lange wristwatch movement that was made before the brand was resurrected in 1994, I think.
Okay.
No?
Very interesting lugs.
Yeah, the lugs are nice design. No?
Yeah.
I got this because I said, well, I'm never gonna afford a Lange, but this is fairly affordable. So that's why I got this.
I'll show you this clip again in a few years.
Yeah. All right. This one, this is a Omega Seamaster automatic. This was supposed to be a workman's watch.
Okay.
So I looked up, the original price of this. It was like $120 in the 60s. Yeah.
Wow.
$115, $120.
Okay.
What's interesting about this? Okay, this is my birth year watch, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. So
so you found it.
Yeah. I when I bought it, I didn't know that. But then I checked the serial number and that's a nice coincidence.
Yeah.
What's interesting about the movement of this is like I said, the Omega 560.
Okay.
If you check the Omega database, it says that only 3,000 of this movement were made.
Okay.
So it's a fairly rare movement. Some sources dispute the number.
Okay.
They said it's impossible that they only made 3,000 of that. But that's
Where
what
did you
Omega
get this
says.
piece, Jay?
I bought it here.
Oh, okay.
On auction.
Also.
Yeah. And I think it's, well, I know the crystal's original. It's got the little Omega
Oh, on the crystal.
On
yeah.
the crystal, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have a loop and you look
Yes.
there, it's got the little thing there.
On the center.
In the center,
Okay.
yes. All right.
This one is a beautiful piece.
Okay, this is another fairly uncommon watch.
Lots of text though.
Yeah. So this is an Omega Seamaster chronometer automatic.
Okay.
It has a bumper movement. It's the movement is a 343. Again, the Omega database says they made, I think, 5,000 of this movement.
Okay. Is it silver or stainless steel?
And it's steel.
Steel.
Steel, yeah. So 3,000 of that went into the Centenary, Omega Centenary, which was a special edition for to commemorate the 100 years of Omega, and the rest 2,000 went into the Seamaster.
Okay.
So I was pretty happy to pick this up.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful piece.
Oh.
I wish it were bigger.
Yeah, well, you get used to it, right?
Okay.
I mean, I've got a pretty wide wrist, but I'm used to wearing watches about 35, 36.
Okay.
I don't have a problem
But it's
with it.
beautiful, very beautiful. And the Junghans, I had to say that.
Yeah. All right, this is a Junghans Meister calendar. I love the design
So
of this.
clean,
It's
so crisp.
yeah.
So which wine does it remind you of?
Which
Wine.
wine?
Yeah.
Well, it's German, so I guess a Riesling. So it's got day, date, month, and moon phase.
May I?
Yeah, sure.
When do you wear this one, Jay? It's so
Well, for more formal occasions,
beautiful.
I'll use that.
Oh, it's got a clear case back too.
Yeah, you can check out the movement there.
Yeah.
It's quite clever. It's actually a thick watch, no?
Yeah.
But then they cut it so that it goes inward, so that the profile on your wrist is very thin.
Yeah. I can see that.
No?
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's also, I mean, I love those vintage watches. There are a lot of vintage watches with this kind of dial
Yeah.
layout. And for a long time, I was considering getting one of those, but then I said, it's from the 40s or the 50s. Who knows what the inside is? So when Junghans came out with this, I said, well, I think I'm
Abroad
gonna-
or locally?
I got this in Japan.
In Japan. Okay.
Yeah, Jack Road.
Jack Road.
Yeah. All right, so
And now the pilots.
yeah, then we've got a set of 4 pilot watches here. So the first one, this is a Laco Flieger type B dial. So Laco was one of the original makers of the Flieger watches. They were the design was actually commissioned by the German Air Force in World War II, the Luftwaffe. So Laco, Wempe, IWC, I can't remember who else. 2 other guys made the watches. The original watch was quite big because it used a pocket watch movement.
Okay.
So it was, I don't know, 50
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
like 57 or something like that.
And they're huge anyway.
Yeah. yeah. It was designed to be worn outside your flight suit.
okay, yeah.
That's why it was so big.
Yeah.
So this one's a pretty faithful reproduction
Yeah, I
of
was
that.
just about to ask. Yeah.
It's a sterile dial. There's no
Yes. No writings,
no branding.
text, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting thing also about these Fliegers, the pilots didn't own them.
Oh.
They
They had to give them back.
had to give them back.
Wow.
So
Okay.
they were, when you go on a mission, you were issued the watch,
Yes.
and then when you come back, you have to give it back.
So equipment.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's owned by the German Air Force. It's not
Okay.
owned by the pilots.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. This one's another interesting piece.
It is. Yeah.
This is the biggest watch I have. I mean,
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that
Yeah.
profile. no? This is a Longines 24-hour.
Okay.
Longines originally made this for Swiss Air.
Okay.
I think I can't remember, the 70s, I think. They made less than 100 pieces of this.
This is a really interesting set of hands.
Yeah.
Very elaborate.
So they reissued it a couple of years ago, I think 3 years ago, something like that. So this is a 47.
Wow.
47 case.
Okay.
And like I said, it's really, really thick.
Yes.
Big onion crown there.
Yeah.
And then it's got this hunter case back. So you
Oh,
press
nice.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
And-
Wow.
You can see that.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
That's
huge,
awesome.
no?
That's awesome. Beautiful piece. Yeah. Looks like you don't wear this, Jay.
I rarely wear it because it's just so huge.
Wow.
But I do love the watch. The way it looks and
Yeah, very
the heft
interesting.
of it.
And you can see it's like less cluttered than something like
Yeah.
this. Yeah. It looks more organized in that sense.
Yep. You can see also the font. No? It gets thicker and thicker as it goes to 24.
Does it have loom on it too?
It's yeah.
Oh, wow.
The
Okay.
loom's pretty good on this.
Okay.
So I forgot to mention it's a 24-hour dial.
Okay.
Another pilot watch here. This is a
glycine.
This is a glycine DC4. They call this the purest version.
Why is that, Jay?
It's the closest to the original,
Okay.
I think. The original of this, if you've seen the original of this, it's a tiny watch. It's like it's about, I think 37, something like that. So it's kind of a cluttered dial.
Yeah.
This one's a 42, so it's it's easier to read.
Yes.
It's called the DC4 because this was what's this? The story is there's a glycine executive. He was on a DC4 and he was talking to the pilot.
Okay.
And he was asking, and the pilot was telling me, you should build a watch like this because every pilot would love to have a watch that had the 24-hour dial and all these things. No?
Yeah.
So glycine did that, and this is what came out.
Would you know what the movement is inside?
I think this is an ETA.
Okay.
I can't remember what the movement is. This watch, well, the original one anyway, was supposed to be very popular with American pilots during the Vietnam War.
Oh, okay. So some history there.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Now,
I know this is the one that you were
drooling over.
drooling over. All right, this is a Universal Genève Polerouter. This is one of the earliest models of the Polerouter.
Okay. Does it already have the twisted lugs?
Yeah.
I was so curious what they meant. Oh, there. Okay. I
Yeah,
see it.
you can see it. No,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yes.
right. The Polerouter was designed by Universal Genève for SAS, Scandinavian Air Systems.
Okay.
Because at that time they started a polar route.
Yes.
So this watch is supposed to be shielded.
Yeah.
Shielded for anti-magnetic.
Okay, so it has an iron case probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
I said this is one of the earliest ones. The movement in here is the 138 SS. They made that movement for only a few months.
Okay.
Like I think 4 months or something, 5 months. And this is also one of the first designs made by Gérald Genta.
So if you are a fan, then you must have this watch.
Yeah. So the guy who did the Nautilus and
Yes.
the Royal Oak,
Yes.
this was one of his first designs.
Still beautiful.
Yep. So there. That's.
Thanks so much, Jay, for sharing all of that. So what's next?
I don't know. I think I'll stop here for now. My wife might see this, and I don't want to telegraph my moves.
All right. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this set of Jay's collection. Don't worry, there's more. But we're not going to share it with you today. Maybe next time. See you.